On the 9th of June, my husband Victor-Sajowa and I were hosting an event entitled As Love Demands. It's gonna be a loaded bill. I've invited a number of artists. Lara Martin, Woya Lola, Abby Godwin, Michael Towns, Ian Wanze, Aaron Tieron. We've got a South African group called the Royal Destiny. And my big brother, Pastor Diko Luyomi. My name is Shola Victor-Sajowa. I'm a born-again child of God. I'm married to my husband of 18 years with 3 wonderful children. I'm a worship leader. Worship is what I do. That's my lifestyle. It's my expression of love to my Father God for who He is and all He's done. That's who I am. Worship is my life. Now, what inspired As Love Demands? I wrote a little poem to sort of explain what As Love Demands is all about. It says, as love demands, love compels us to worship the one who our hearts adores, the one who gave his all, to whom we all belong. We come with love in our hearts, this done not out of duress, but out of a heart of true worship. We come to worship Him simply as love demands. Now, As Love Demands it's a theme or a title for an album, a collection of about 15 songs, 10 out of which I'm writing. I've written, probably working with some other artists to add some extra flavor and styles. But what inspired it was, one, I felt there was a need for the second album because the first one came out maybe about 4 years ago. 2, As Love Demands was a need for a vehicle, as it were, but this time a live recording. What my intention is, because I remember there was a day when a gentleman was told to introduce me at an event, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shola Victor-Sajowa. One of the things we know about her is that she loves God. And that almost brought tears to my eyes because I thought, truly, that's who I am. I love God. I love Him because of who He is. I mean, I'm only a few years old, but in all of my years, I've only seen and known Him as being faithful, even when I didn't know Him. I mean, the kind of dangers that He brought me through, many. There's a songwriter wrote, through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. And when I look back, I look at those experiences, many self-caused, because I remember going into places that, looking back now, shouldn't have been. If not for the guiding hand of God, I wouldn't be here today. I still remember, if I'm allowed, I still remember there was one occasion where we went to this house. My brother and I, my younger brother and I, we were told to go in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. In Nigeria, we didn't have what we now have, where councils come and take away your refuse. We don't have anything like that in those days anyways. So we used to now go and get rid of our refuse. My younger brother and I now went to this dump to go and get rid of the refuse. And then this lady in this house called us. Fine girl, she said. Imagine. Fine girl, she said, come up. And we went upstairs. Still don't know what this was about. We went to the house. She said, she was chatting with us. She said to sit down. She was going to go and get us a bottle of Coke and things. She was just chatting us up, and I don't know what made me get into that house. It doesn't make sense till today. But while she said she was going to go and get us Coca-Cola, we sat on the chair there. I suddenly began to look around the house. And suddenly I saw a picture on the wall with something that reminds me of Medusa, you know, the head with many snakes. And I thought, okay, where am I? What am I doing here? So I began to fidget. I grabbed my brother's hands and we went to the balcony. While we were at the balcony, I looked, there was this woman there shouting, "Ah, I know your mother! I know your father! What are you doing here?" And she began to shout. It was like something switched up in my mind, like, okay, now it looks like you're not where you are is not where you're supposed to be. So I grabbed my brother's hand. As God will have it, she didn't shut the door. We opened the door and we ran as far as our legs could carry us. Now, the lady who was shouting, I have not seen her since. I guess she was a black Nigerian angel or something. And, you know, that got me out of that situation. That lady who invited us to the house actually came to my house and I wanted to invite us back again. I began to now shout at her because something in me made me realize for that woman to be screaming like that, those guys are dangerous people, I thought. Shortly after they moved away from that area, we never saw them again. So when I think of those things, moments that I would have died, I mean, various experiences, it makes me love God the more that somehow He has been that guiding hand, that person, that being, that God, my Father, who has always guided me. So this now is an opportunity for me to verbalize how I feel, what my experiences are, albeit through the vehicle of songs. So as love demands now is now talking about my love, as love requires, love for Him requires that we sing this, that we come together to worship. So that's what inspires the whole As Love Demands title.
God of Shola, He will never fail you. He will never leave you. Never let you be put to shame. No matter what anyone say, no matter what the doctor say, no matter what the lawyer say, no matter what the accountant say.
Now, As Love Demands is going to be held, like as it were, in a live recording format because I began to get requests from people or comments from people, even those who I look up to. People like, one of them is my big brother, Pastor Dipo Luyomi. And he said to me, "Shola, your first album, I like it. Very good." He said, "Your next album has to be a live recording." He said, because when you do a live recording, it captures who Shola is on stage. It captures the live, what happens live, you know. And he and other people were saying that, you know, it carries you're able to capture the atmosphere, what happens when you lead worship, what happens, how people respond and things, as opposed to when you go and do a studio recording, which is it can be a bit restricting. The album As Love Demands is for everyone. Everyone who wants to work on their relationship with God, who wants to, you know, because my desire really is for everyone, you know, to become a God lover. Now there's a song that it's not going to be on the album, but it kind of captures what my desire is for whoever listens to this album, and it happens to be in my native language, which is Yoruba. It goes like this. Oyigi yigi Ọlọ́run àtọ́bàjáyé ẹlẹ́dàá ohun gbogbo, gbogbo àgbáyé ìbá móríkì rẹ ni o, báwo ni ìbá ti dùn tó. In English, it simply means, you know, he is Oyigi Yigi. I think I need to consult my mother for the meaning of Oyigi Yigi, but that means, I believe it talks about His greatness, His majesty, the owner of the heavens. That means Oluorun. It says, if the whole world could know your praise, oh, how awesome, how beautiful, how sweet it would be. My desire is, after listening to this album, you know, it helps you vocalize or verbalize your love for God as you sing the songs. I mean, it's for everyone, really. We've got so many tracks on the album. There's one of them that says thank you. Thank you there's some tracks like No Stones, Elerini, which means fearful in praises. We've got Ebubedike. Now, Ebubedike, I remember there was a time this word just kept swirling. It kept going round and round in my spirit. And because I watch Nollywood a lot, well, I don't want to say a lot, but I watch Nollywood. And I know when I watch the Igbos are from the eastern part of my country, Nigeria. When I watch the Igbo films, they call people Ebubedike. So I asked one of my Igbo friends, what does Ebubedike mean? He said to me, it means mighty warrior. And that really captures who God is to me. He's a mighty warrior, the one who fights my battles. And I come out testifying, but really, he fights the battle. And when you read the scriptures, it talks about how he fought for his children. So a number of the songs, anyway, it helps the listener understand or see God in his different ways as Ebubedike, mighty warrior. There's another track on the album that's entitled No Stones. Now, you know, he said in the scriptures, if you don't praise me, I will raise up stones. And I thought to myself, if he raises up stones, now stones don't have my experience. They've not been where I have been, where God brought me out from. They don't have my testimony. Only I can praise God from my standpoint and from who he is. So there are different tracks there which is relevant to every living person. You know, we're doing different styles, not the same style, different styles and flavors. So the album is for everyone. On the 9th of June, my husband Victor-Sajowa and I will be hosting an event entitled As Love Demands. Now, what it is, on the 9th of June, it's going to be a loaded day. From 2 p.m., we're going to have a time of praise and worship, great times of prayer, and my husband, Minister Victor-Sajowa, will be presenting his debut book entitled The Joseph Generation. He's given me the privilege to do the prayer points on the book. So it's more like his baby, but he's dragged me in to do a bit of writing in there. So yeah, on the day we're going to be doing his book presentation where he will come and tell us about what the book is about, what made him write the book. And from somebody who's read the book, I'm telling you, it will bless you. Seriously, it will bless you. So, and then times of fellowship from later on in the evening. Obviously, on the day as well, where people are going to be exhibiting their products, because like I say to people, sometimes when I look at you, except in peculiar cases where you meet a designer or, you know, would you know the business they run just by looking at them? But so we've granted some people opportunities to come and exhibit their products. We also have goodie bags, which we give out at we'll be giving out at this event. We're inviting businesses who, you know, you've got your hairdresser, you're a writer, you cook some delicious food, whatever your business is. You get your flyers, your business cards, everything that tells us about what you offer to humanity, the solution you brought to the needs of humanity, really. Bring on your flyers, your business cards, everything, and we'll put them in the goodie bags for everyone. So that's going on. Then in the evening, we'll have times of what's going to happen. I've invited a number of artists to come around to minister on the day. We've got artists like Aaron T. Aaron, Michael Pound, Chiedon Wanze, Wole Awolola, Abby Godwin. We've got a South African group called the Royal Destiny. Awesome, awesome. So I hope I've not missed anybody out. And Lara Martin, oh my gosh, that woman is awesome. So they're all going to come together, we're going to minister, they're going to lead us in songs, and then I will come up. Songs that I'm going to present songs that are freshly written by myself, some in collaboration with artists like Noel Robinson, who produced my first album. People like Wole Awolola, Chiedon Wanze, Abby Godwin. There's a guy called Jake Isaac who's also written me a song, and my big brother, Pastor Dipo Oluyomi, has also, you know, given us a song to use on the album. Another lady coming up as well into the project is Paulina Romere. So a number of songs which I've written, some they're gonna just write, and their expression of their love to God. All that. Songs I have never sung before anywhere. Some I've sung in